My name is Laura Packer. I'm the author of From Audience to Zeal, the ABCs of Finding, Crafting, and Telling a Great Story, published by Small Tooth Dog Publishing Group out of Arizona. I've been a storyteller for over 25 years, and in this book, I share a great deal of what I've learned over all of those years of experience, those performances, and all of the teaching that I've done. One of the things that people have asked me is how I selected each entry for the book. How did I decide a topic was important enough to include? And I have to be honest with you and tell you that it was sometimes really challenging. So some of my topics were, on the outside at least, they may appear to be a little more obscure than others. One of those is karma. But karma is an important consideration for any storyteller, creative person, or any other person in the arts or pursuing the work they love. So I wanted to share with you the entry for K is for Karma, From Audience to Zeal. K is for karma. You know the basic concept that what goes around comes around. This applies to storytelling as well. While I find some deep spiritual value in this, there are real practical ways we can see karma at work in storytelling. When storytellers practice good listening, when we remember that other tellers are as worthy of being heard as we are, we help build a community of listeners. And we need listeners for our own stories, so modeling good listening comes back to us. If we are ungenerous and don't listen to others, why should they listen to us? When we are ethical about the gigs we take and refuse, passing on the ones we believe could be better fulfilled by other tellers, we help build a better reputation for storytelling as an art. None of us is accomplished at everything. When the right artist is in the right job, we are viewed as more professional, more accomplished, and more creative. We build a better environment for all of us to tell in. What's more, if we're generous and pass gigs to the right people, they're much more likely to pass gigs back to us. When we help less experienced tellers, we are ensuring the art survives long after us. As we grow from new tellers to journeymen to mentors to elders, we can share our accumulated wisdom. Hoarding it won't help the world and won't help build a community of tellers and listeners. These actions and more build good karma. A story. One of my signature stories is about a woman who is dissuaded from suicide by someone who might be Coyote, the trickster. I've told this story hundreds of times. I know it makes an impression. I've been telling it for maybe 20 years. Several years ago, I received a thank you card from a suicide prevention organization, letting me know that a donation had been made in my name, in my honor. The note included an email address if I wanted to know more. My curiosity couldn't be contained. Of course, I wanted to know more. I wrote and asked. The donation was made by a mother. Her son had heard me tell my story, had talked to me after. She said he told me he didn't know anyone else had ever felt that way. I've heard that a lot. Every time I tell people they aren't alone, they can get help if they need to. He then told his mother that he'd been thinking about killing himself. Instead, he got help. He was going to be okay. He'd been accepted to a good college and was building a better life. A life. One he would not have had, she believed, had he not heard that story that night. As storytellers, we impact untold numbers of people every time we tell, listen, and teach. As storytellers, we impact untold numbers every time we give less than all we have to give, every time we don't listen, every time we turn away from the teaching moment. We never know how our actions will be reflected back to us, only that they will. My name is Laura Packer. That was K is for Karma, from Audience to Zeal, the ABCs of Finding, Crafting, and Telling a Great Story. You can find more information at the links below. Thank you so much for listening, and truly, I hope that all of your stories come back to you manyfold, magnified, and celebrated. Thanks.